Welcome back to another episode of Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Becky.
And I'm your other host, Bree.
And boy, oh boy, do we have a jam-packed episode for y'all.
We had all the stories since we limited ourselves to just the Met last week, and then Bravo decided to announce everything under the sun. So now we have all these stories to talk about this week.
Yeah, these are my favorite kind of episodes to do though, because it's like we have reality TV, not just Bravo
Yeah.
either. We have celebrity news, we have Kardashian news, we have couple news, we have tragedies. Not that I like talking about that, but like we're
We're
covering
well
the
rounded.
yeah, everyone will have something in this episode that they care about. So make sure you are following us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Gossip Break. You'll find us. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. I think that's it. Oh my gosh, guys, I saw Sinners this weekend for Mother's Day, and it was amazing. I want to see it again. I want there to be a whole Sinners universe, if I'm being honest.
I'm going to see it Saturday. So we need to have our discourse after a good debrief
Yeah.
sesh.
Yes, 100%. We'll do it for next week's episode because Brie and I were talking before this. Like, I don't know why I feel so late to the party, but the movie's been out for 3 weeks.
That's just our culture nowadays. Everything is so fast. Because then, yeah, I was telling Becky, I was like, I just finished You, and I feel like I'm so behind. But it hasn't
Mhm.
even been out for a month yet either.
No.
But I'm like, I feel like we're rushing to watch the content because we don't want it to get spoiled, or at least that's how I
Yeah.
felt with You. Because I was like, every time I was going on social media, I would see something, and I'm like, okay, well, actually, let me not do any spoilers.
Yeah. It was great
But
though.
yeah, I'm excited to talk more about it.
Yeah. It was so good. But that being said, we have so many stories.
Yeah, we have a lot to get into, girls. So we might as well just get started.
And at the top, we obviously already said that Bravo dropped a bomb on us last week and announced 4 new shows, announced what's returning this summer and next year, notably New York and New Jersey Housewives, not on the list. But let's talk about the new shows first, because I'm excited for some, a few others I don't really care. I'll be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah. So the four shows we have The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Ladies of London is coming back. And then we have The Valley Persian Style, which is from Shahs of Sunset, but kind of like, with Vanderpump to the Valley. And then Wife Swap Real Housewives Edition. Okay, yay, let's gab.
So I guess let's do top to bottom then.
Yes.
Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I'm sad
Oh, I'm so excited for this one.
because it's giving anything where it's like a small community.
Yes.
They're not just plucking random women from
Yeah.
all over. Like Rhode Island is the smallest state. It's probably going to be a small oceanside town. They're going to be rich. I know they have family secrets that I know nothing about, but now I'm going to know everything about.
Yeah, like that
I
small town rich lore. Ooh,
Yes. So
the
like
coastal grandma lore.
yeah, oh my gosh, you're so right. That's what's missing from Bravo right now, and I think that's why Salt Lake City did so well because it's such a tight-knit community.
Yeah.
Everyone really does know each other.
And it has like a distinct kind of culture to it. Like, and
Yes.
I feel like that's what Rhode Island is hopefully going to be giving.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's so random.
It's so random, but it makes so much sense.
It does, because I know they have money and I know they have drama and I know they're Looney Toonies. Like
Yes, I bet.
this is probably a huge deal for the Rhode Islanders.
I did see that it said they were like a close-knit group of mostly Italian descent women. So it's kind of
Oh.
coming for Jersey, especially
Yeah.
with Jersey not being announced to return. I feel like that would kind of fit the spot. And to be honest, I'm kind of done with Jersey. I think it's time to
Yeah.
let it go. I think we've seen everything we needed to see, and I think this is the perfect replacement.
I I have to agree. I could see them doing that. Like, okay, well, Jersey's kind of run its course. Like, let's find another East Coast town
Yeah.
of women with drama. Like, why wouldn't they go over there?
It's just gotten too toxic on Jersey from every single
Yeah.
one of them, from Teresa to Marge to Jen Aiden to Danielle Cabral. It's just too much. It's a lot. So yeah, I'm excited to see Rhode Island. And then Ladies of London. Did you ever watch that?
No, I didn't, but I
Me
might have
neither. And I
to.
feel like I should. Everybody keeps talking about it and Carolyn Stanbury. So do you think they would bring her back from
She's
that to
over it.
Dubai?
I know she's sick of Bravo shit. She's like, this is enough. Like, I was already a Lady of London. You took that away when you really didn't need to. I feel like the viewership was there. Then Real Housewives of Dubai, the viewership really wasn't there, but like it was kind of comparable to other Bravo shows. I don't think they had to put it on pause indefinitely. I just think they shouldn't have waited 2 years to give us a second season. Like, that's crazy. It's a new
Yeah,
show. We need to be reminded of it like
way
clockwork.
more. Yeah.
Yeah. She's sick of them. Like, oh, what? Now I'm gonna move back to London and then you guys cancel it after 2 seasons. Like, fuck off. I'm like 65 years old now. Literally.
Honestly, I could see her doing it though.
Yeah, I could.
Back to
I,
England.
yeah, like being a guest or like a friend of when she goes
Yeah.
back to like visit her family or some made
It's
up
giving
plot.
Phaedra.
Yes, that's exactly what it's giving. But like, I want Caroline back on our screens. Like, she deserves more. I liked Stan Bowery. I would be her friend. I'd be her ally, unfortunately.
I do want to watch it. I didn't watch it before, but this time when it comes out, I am going to watch it.
A
I
hundred
feel like I
percent.
have such a new appreciation for London now. Like, I
Yeah, oh
know those
yeah.
girls. I just know it's going to hit.
And just like we need to start supporting non-housewife shows with women ensembles on
Yes.
Bravo.
Because not to digress too much, but I do think that they need to do that for Summer House. I want either if it's like all the girls, like Amanda Page, Sierra, Lindsay, or if it's just like a Valley but the city version. We need to have more shows that are not just housewives based. That's still like an ensemble cast.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because even though I'm pumped for Rhode Island and whatever city, I need them to reboot Dallas.
They should. They
Like,
should.
why not? You guys did it. Just get a whole new cast. And I think, well, let me not get carried away. Let's go to the
Let's keep going.
yeah. Speaking of canceling shows that had no business being canceled. So
Hmm.
now they have the Valley Persian Style, which I pray to God they change that name because I honestly, it's giving like DEI, but like not in a good.
That's low key what I was thinking as well. I guess I understand kind of what they're doing with maybe they're trying to make the valley like a theme of this is where you go after you do all the debauchery on like the young reality TV shows. You
Yeah,
upgrade to the
on
valley, but
Sunset.
I don't like the Valley Persian style. I feel
That
like
is crazy.
we gotta fix that name.
That is Persian style. Excuse me. First of all, these people on the sh that you're making the anchors of the Valley Persian style, which is they said that it's Gigi, MJ, and Reza. I don't know if y'all watch Shaws of Sunset, but when I tell you peak reality TV, I swear, even though I haven't really watched Vanderpump Rules, it gives them a run for their fucking money. Like, y'all
No,
just didn't watch it
100%.
because they're like literally because they're brown and Persian, but it was so good, and they literally canceled it because Mike's ass like got arrested for like domestic violence and they canceled the show, but it's like, okay, but Jax Taylor gets a show and technically we're gonna give them a spinoff and
Let's go there.
yeah, and make it like Persian style. No, they deserve their own show. If you're gonna reboot, just either reboot the show or give the show a different name, not just like
Like here, damn. Here's your fucking show.
here's your damn show. Because Shaws of Sunset was perfect. Because when I tell you, those kids were fucking crazy. Like drugs, alcohol, and they come from a very traditional culture. Like all their
Yeah.
families moved here after from Iran, like after the revolution, where it went from like more modern to completely traditional, like women aren't allowed to do this. Like they all moved here, so they come from that culture. Their parents are as strict as you think they are, and they're literally out here like popping perks on TV. Like,
Nut cases in the best way. I used to remember my stepmom would watch Shaw's of Sunset, and that's like me in high school, like when I really started to get into
yes.
reality TV. It's her fault that I have this podcast. If you're listening, Jenny, this is your fault because between Housewives of New Jersey and Shaw's of Sunset, I was hooked.
Yeah, it was fabulous television. And it
Yes.
makes sense with them trying to go the Valley route. Like, okay, now they're parents and they're trying to figure that
Yeah.
out. Like, they all have very interesting stories. Like Mercedes married a white, or MJ married a white guy. Her family wasn't going for that, but she did it anyway. Reza is literally a gay Persian. His
Mm-hmm.
book is called Memoirs of a Gay Shah.
Love it. No, like they
Gigi
just
is crazy.
Gigi
Like,
is crazy. Like
yes.
Gigi and Lala kind of remind me of each other.
Yes, like just pure crash outs, and they're like, you know
Yes.
what? I'm
Pure
gonna
crash
have
outs.
a child from like a random sperm donor. Like they both did that.
No, they are each other's foils. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But and
Yeah.
then I was just thinking, like, for the people who didn't watch Shaw's of Sunset, even just think about MJ on Traders. She was
Yes.
so funny. Like, I just imagine their own show. I'm excited for this one too.
Yeah, they deserve it. Like fuck Mike and ruining the bag for all of y'all. Like they need
Yeah,
to
I
get their
know.
own
Just cancel
show.
him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you guys are literally letting Jax like FaceTime in from rehab, but you're gonna cancel the whole show because of
Using
their
his
foils.
15 minutes of free time on the phone in therapy to rage text abusive messages to Brittany. And he's still on the fucking show. Okay, we got to keep moving on.
I know.
Our last one is Wife Swap Real Housewives Edition, which not Gossip Break getting the inside scoop weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, we did. So I think I had it kind of wrong though. I was thinking the housewives would go to other housewives, but I think it's the housewives going to a normal person's family, which to me is not as fun. Like I don't want to see Melissa Gorga in a normal family. I want to see
No.
her at the Osefo house.
Li- I'm obsessed with that swap
No, Eddie might fall in
specifically.
love. No, he's a loyal man. He wouldn't do that. Joe
Yeah.
would no, Joe would fall in love
I was gonna
too.
say
Like he's such a
Joe
loyal
would
boy. I'm dead.
easily fall in love with any woman that came in the house. Seriously.
So I guess I mean I don't know. I hope that it is as funny as I'm thinking it'll be. We'll see. But I guess after hearing that's what it is, that's kind of the one I'm least excited for now. But still exciting overall. Like these
Right.
are four really great shows. I feel like Bravo needed this reboot. We were worried it was getting in its flop era. I mean, I think it actually is in the flop
Yeah.
era and it's rising now out of the ashes. And also they just announced BravoCon. Tickets I think are going to be on sale in June, like June 6th.
Mhm.
So Bravo coming back.
Bravo on top, finally. They definitely did this strategically, launching this news before selling the tickets because,
True.
yeah, let's get the, like, seriously, if I'm paying $1,000 to go to this convention and Nene Leakes and Lisa Vanderpump aren't there, like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bring something like really crazy.
They're probably gonna do the trailer for Rhode Island there because didn't they do that with
Ooh.
New York or Salt Lake City? It was one of those new ones they did. Which I guess speaking of New York, just to finish out our Bravo
Ugh,
little roundup. So it they said that it was being put on pause, but then Andy is so weirdly
I
territorial of
know.
this show. Like I think it's because he just doesn't want to admit that it failed and that he probably shouldn't have rebooted it. But he said on Radio Andy that this was 20 hours ago, Queens of Bravo posted. On Radio Andy, Andy said Roni is heavily underway. They're currently casting for the next season and confirmed Bravo just last week met with 10 potential new women. So I don't understand what's happening at that franchise,
Me neither.
but honestly, at this point, it's none of my business. Like, give me Rhode Island.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. We've got the East Coast covered now. We don't
Yeah,
need
I'm
Jersey
good.
or New York. We have Rhode Island. Give me one more show out west that isn't California to fill up the void of Beverly Hills, and I'll be fine.
I think we need a
Seriously.
Midwest. I saw
Yeah.
that there was rumors of Chicago filming right now. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Hmm.
that would round out the Midwest.
Yeah, because can't they not film in the city of Chicago? Isn't that the
I'm
issue?
pretty sure that had been the issue for the longest time. So I don't know how they're getting around that or if they're doing something else, but we'll see. But nonetheless, Bravo back on top and we're excited.
Yeah. No, I'm pumped. And speaking of reality TV renaissance, my Shayla, my diva, my queen of baby fat, Kimora Lee Simmons is returning to and fabulous new reality TV show. The show was announced. Kimora back in the fab lane will be coming to our TV shows or our TV screen soon. She has like a million more kids than the last time. So there's
Yeah.
Ming, who's 25, Aoki, who's 22, 13-year-old Kenzo, 15-year-old son Gary. This must be a stepson because,
How did we get Gary after Ming, Aoki, and Kenzo?
right, and he's older. And also Gary, like the names don't match. And then
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't match the theme. And
and
then
then
Wolf.
Wolf, who's 10,
I don't
which
think there is a
matches.
theme.
I get, but it's like unique names like Ming,
Unique. That's the theme.
Aoki, Aoki, Kenzo, Wolf, and then Gary.
Well, I'm excited to have it back. Kimora Lee Simmons is literally one of the prettiest women ever.
She's baby fat. Like y'all talk about y'all weren't there. Y'all weren't there for baby fat. Y'all were not there for Fat Farm, and y'all definitely weren't there for Kimora Lee Simmons' life in the Fab Lane.
That's
Like
another
that,
show my stepmom was
I
watching.
was
This
gonna
is
say
why I am the way I am.
I am an OG. That's probably like the first reality TV show I ever watched. And it was amazing because it really was life
So
in the
good.
Fab Lane.
Yeah, I loved that. And then the Rachel Zoe show, I remember
Ah,
that. Good times.
yeah, so I'm glad Kimora Lee Simmons is back on our TVs. I'm sure she needs the quaint because
Maybe
all
so.
that
Yeah,
fallout
why is
with.
she coming back randomly? Especially because remember we were saying that Beverly Hills was thinking about having her as a housewife. Maybe that's not true because I feel like
Yeah.
she would have made more money on Housewives. Or I don't know. What do you think?
I I think we talk about Bravo flopping all the time. You know what's a huge floppity flop flop? E.
True, very true. Because they lost Kardashians now too. So what do they have?
Yeah, they lost Kardashians. There's no fashion police. There's no
Ugh, Fashion
Chel- like
Police.
Chelsea Handler. Like there's no pop or whatever their like daily news
Yeah.
thing was. Like they don't really have anything going for them. They have House of Villains now, but like who is watching that? I don't really know. Love the concept, like really cute, but I'm not like
I don't watch it.
it's not really my cup of tea, but yeah, so I bet they paid her a big fat bag to come back, I'll be honest. Because what else are they spending their money on?
That's very true. That's a good point. That's probably why if the Beverly Hills casting was true, that maybe she picked this instead because she also probably has way more control of what's being shown. Whereas
Yeah.
Housewives, you're just kind of at mercy to the editors
Yeah.
wanting to make a good show, a good storyline.
Yeah, and I want to see all the mess with like I want to see the fallout with Russell Simmons. I want to see y'all talk about Aoki dating like a 50-year-old man. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
What?
You didn't know this?
No.
Yeah.
I feel
When
like all I knew about her is that she's a model.
yeah,
Going
it's
to her Instagram right now.
run because Ming is like baddie sister, and then Aoki's like a little bit of a nerd. I think she went to like some Ivy League, so she's so little
I think she went to
sister.
Harvard.
Yeah, she's so little sister, and then people were really concerned because she was dating this old man for I don't know if she still is, but she was for a while, and she was kind of crashing out on TikTok.
Yeah, no pics of him on the feed, so I
Good,
guess
thank
that's a
you.
good sign.
Yeah, but we will expect to be talking about it, Miss Girl, Miss Lee.
Yes, I want to hear all the tea on that.
Yeah. So
Well, should we
happy
go to our
I'm
next
here.
TV news?
Yes.
This one is so funny. HBO Max lives. Max to change its name back to HBO Max after 2 years. So turns out Warner Brothers Discovery thinks HBO has some pretty good brand equity after all. This summer, Max will bend the knee and rebrand back to its
Bye.
original name, HBO Max. What did we learn here, everyone?
They're pissing me off. HBO pisses me off more than any. Yeah, of course you guys have brand equity. You're fucking HBO. You put out the best TV shows. Why would you take that out of the name? And then why would you have this channel that costs like $50 a month and then the streaming service that costs $20 a month and have them not show what the other one is showing and call them different names?
Just greedy.
It's just so annoying. Someone definitely got fired. Whoever their
Yeah.
director of like corporate comms specifically, I know either just got a huge raise because they were right the whole time and said don't change the name, or seriously they gutted everyone because whose
Yeah.
idea was that? Who thought that HBO didn't have enough standing?
And like you said, who, like when we were talking before, we never called it Max in the first place.
Never.
It was always HBO Max. So why would this is just so silly?
They pissed me off coming from a HBO lover and a brand nerd. Like,
No reason for this.
that was so, who thought of that? HBO's kind of pissing me off. Like, who thought of rebooting Sex and City? I don't know. They needed to tell you no. Who thought about rebranding the name like three different times? I don't know. They need to be stopped. Like, everyone needs to be stopped over there. They just need to start from scratch, I think.
And can we have House of the Dragons come out faster, please? Euphoria, anything? Why do your
You
shows take 3 years in between?
There's just no reason. As soon as the premiere happens, you guys should already be halfway with filming the last season. I don't care. I'll be fine if the show is 5 seasons long and that's it. But you guys give us 4 years of straight bangers.
Yeah, get to work. It seems like nobody wants to work anymore,
Nobody wants to work these days.
which I feel like kind of she leads us into our
Of
next
course, and
topic.
all roads lead to Kim.
Literally all roads in pop culture lead back to Miss Kim K. So we said we would update on the Kim Kardashian Paris robbery trial. So she did her testimony May 13th, and I figured we would chat about it. Let's talk about the outfit. Her showing up dripping in diamonds with that big ass ring that they basically stole from her, the big ring. Literally speechless. Like the defiance, the rebellion. I love.
Sickening. Like, talk about taking your power back. Because she was like, oh, that was no,
Yes.
you guys stole 10 mil of diamonds. Like, that's nothing to me now.
Came back iconic, dripping in diamonds. I mean, yeah. So she did say to one of the people, or I guess I don't know, all of them, whoever, that she does forgive them, but she can't erase the trauma that she went through, which is valid. So, I mean,
Mhm.
I don't even know if they were expecting her to say, I forgive you, because I feel like that is kind of big of her, but it has been almost 10 years now. And she is a godly woman, even though she doesn't act like it all the time.
Yeah. Even though she's dripping in diamonds. Like, that's
But then you
not,
go into Kardashians, you watch their show and they're like reading their Bible every morning and
it, like, they're so interesting to me. Like, serious.
they are like this an enigma. What was Erica's tagline? That's the Kardashians.
She's just, and like Chris serving, Kim serving at court. Like, it's just too good. Like, I'm sorry, the strategy is too good. All while the same day that her show drops about her being a lawyer.
Icon
Like, I'm
iconic.
sorry, talk about brand equity.
Yes, Miss Girl knows her brand equity.
Yeah, seriously, I'm just like, I need to set my cookies up because every time she does something, I'm like, damn, her branding is too good. Like, it's literally brand storytelling. Like, she just told a story in one day in different avenues, and she's getting talked about like from every angle. It's just, Fuck.
She just knows how to be a famous person so well.
Yes, she does it the best, and that's why I can't hate her. People are like, oh, like so greedy. I can't support her. Everything is greedy. Everything we
We're all
consume,
greedy.
we're all greedy. I'm sorry if I had a sex tape come out when I was 23 years old and someone told me you'll be a billionaire in the next 15 years if you take these steps, I would do the exact same thing.
Exactly. No, she took back her fucking power, didn't let anybody shame her for
Yeah.
having a sex tape, and
Became a sex symbol.
but yeah, it was just interesting hearing her say certain things, just talking about how before she, had her security with her, but they used to never stay in the same hotel as her because she just assumed that the hotels were secure. But after this incident, she learns like, okay, hotels aren't secure. She was saying
Right.
how she has to block out like the rooms next to her as well. She has like 6 security guards. She's always having security at home. She still thinks about it all the time. I mean, how could you not? Especially with you being a famous
Right.
person, anyways. That's gonna, people get their house broken into all the time when they're famous. So that plus the trauma of Paris as well. Yeah, that's crazy. But then there was another part of the story that I didn't know about that I was reading that her friend Simone, who used to also be her stylist, was there at the time too. Because I remember she said that Courtney and like Steph or the other friend had gone out and Kim stayed. But I guess Simone was staying in the hotel room below her or somewhere underneath. And she said that she could hear Kim screaming, like, just let me live, let me live. And she was like, oh my God, like something is happening. Like, that is so chilling. Hearing your friend beg for her life. Ugh. Like, that's
No,
so scary.
these grandpas are going to hell.
No, like, I'm sorry, you guys.
Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, that's what we talked about the last time. It's like, okay, stealing the jewelry is one thing. She could have just been scared, but like it's the fact that you traumatized her for what? Like,
Yeah.
if you knew she wasn't home, why don't you just rob the house? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it was a lot. But she did say that she tried to stay calm. And the robbers were saying, if you stay calm and stay quiet, just give us the ring, just give us the jewelry, we'll let you go. So I think, and she was saying, I ended up doing a good job of staying calm and that's how I stayed alive. So that's why she's so detached and way too eerily calm now because
Yeah,
she honestly goes through some shit because just having Kanye alone as
bro.
a co-parent, that's enough to set someone over the edge.
Yeah, the brain trauma in that family and their ability to pivot is just
They've
like,
all gone through some shit.
which I guess leads us into our next story of pivoting and like going through a traumatic experience, aka Astro World. They've all had their moments. Like, oh my gosh.
Kylie literally being groomed under
Bro, I think we also
age.
forget their dad. Like, that's traumatic.
Yes, their dad passing away at such a young age when they were
Oh, well,
so
I was
invested in
talking
him.
about Jenner.
Oh, well, and then yeah, that too.
Like the only man, like
Bruce to Caitlyn. That
yeah, like that's traumatic. Like especially being a kid growing up and seeing that.
and watching the past episodes of the Kardashians, because I was on TikTok recently and I saw some clips of when Caitlyn was transitioning and talking to them about it. I think she was talking to Chloe and Kim at the time. And she was just being such an asshole about it. Chloe was like, could you at least just tell us what's going on? Like, we at least deserve honesty at this
Right.
point. And she straight up says, well, I don't really care about you. Kendall and Kylie are my only concern. Can you imagine? Like I just feel bad for Chloe. Like her dad passes away, and then Bruce is in the picture, and then all of a sudden it's not Bruce anymore, and she's saying, "I don't care about you," But then it's like you don't even not like to say I know anything about their relationship, but you don't even really see Kendall and Kylie with their dad
With
either.
no.
So
It's
that's a
just
whole.
all strange. I saw a clip of Chloe being like, "Well, I got married and found him in a brothel, so that was traumatic." And then because someone asked how she's doing. I think that's what it was. They were like, "How are you?" And she's like, "Well, just found my husband in a brothel and my stepdad is a woman." So, like, I'm not doing
Traumatizing.
not doing okay. The price of fame. But
Kendi
Anyway,
really kind of got out the easiest, yet she's the one who seems to have the most anxiety and not wanting to do things. Like,
oh my
not to
God.
judge, but just compared to the rest of them, I mean, Rob going through his craziness. Again, Kylie being groomed underage, which, yeah, so getting back to Kylie. I just feel like she's finally able to live her cute teenage years now. I just feel like her little girl is coming out and just being able
It
to be in a
is.
fun, happy relationship. So, her and Timothy finally made their red carpet debut in Rome. So, it was at the David di Donatello Awards, which is basically, it said like the Italian equivalent of the Academies. So, and Timmy won an award. So, kind of like an Italian Oscar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting though that they stepped out randomly at this red carpet when the Met Gala was 2 days before.
Yeah. And Timmy wasn't there.
Yeah, he was at the Knicks game. That's so funny.
No, even though I know Timmy Top would have ate at the freaking, specifically this theme, like,
Yeah.
talk about black dandyism. Like, he is a black dandy himself. Like,
His red
oh,
carpet look with Kylie looked really nice.
yeah, he always looks
He looked
nice.
very sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked so cutesy. And yeah, I have to admit, they are growing on me. I was
I
watching
know.
this TikTok of this girl who is what is it? Like they interpret the voices, like when you can't see the
Yeah.
voices, like you don't know what they're saying. She
Read their
reads lips.
lips.
Yes. Okay. So she did it for them when they were going on the carpet. And after this video, I'm like, okay, I'm sold. So it was Kylie's or Timmy's like walking. Why am I calling him Timmy like I know him now? Like, no, that's Timmy.
That's Timmy.
That's
Like, come
Timmy.
on.
Timmy walks to the red carpet and then he kind of turns to like grab Kylie's hand and she says, I'm coming. And he was like, yeah. So I feel like maybe it wasn't planned. And then she like leans into him and she goes, I'm nervous. And then she tries to pull away and he goes, no, no, you look good. Come back. And then they keep taking pictures.
No, very
I don't
cute.
know. It was, that was like, that's so cute. Her being all shy and nervous and him being like, no, come. And she was like, wait, I'm coming. Just,
Like,
cuties.
no, that I saw the same video and I was like, wait, I'm kind of living for them.
Yeah, I think I see it now.
Yeah, she just seems so carefree.
Yeah, she seems so light. Like when they're at the
Yeah.
Knicks game as well. This is honestly the best she's ever looked too. Just the
Yeah.
classic long black hair, peak, like taking out some of the fillers, not
Yeah.
as much ass.
Yeah,
Just
like
looking more youthful. She looks so pretty. And just even the simplest stuff, like just a tank top, jeans, and a Knicks hat. I was like, she's literally the prettiest girl there. That's crazy.
yeah, she's back in her like she seems like a 27-year-old now.
Yeah.
She just grew up too fast.
Yes, for sure.
Obviously, being with a, a 30-year-old rapper when you're 15 will probably do that and mess up your going into your early 20s and then with Travis and having kids and stuff like
And then her sisters, having to grow up seeing your sisters be
yeah.
this standard of beauty and knowing that they got plastic surgery because Kylie got plastic surgery very young,
Yeah.
which is crazy that the family allowed that. Like Chris
Well,
allowed,
yeah.
it's just that just goes to show just somebody totally born in that industry and just growing up in
Yeah.
that industry. It's crazy to see.
Yeah. So I'm happy for my girl. She looks happy. Timothy's giving aura for sure. Like it's just something,
I
something.
saw Bad Bunny was at the Knicks game as well, and Kendall was with Kylie and Timmy. So I don't know. Interesting. It was a night full of celebs. Oh yeah, because then Cardi B and Stefon Diggs made their
Oh my gosh, y'all.
little outing official, their relationship official. So I guess there had been rumblings about them since February, but this is their first time spotted out together, and they look good together.
You think so? I think they make no sense.
What? I think they look so cute together.
I don't know. Maybe because I feel like, okay, oh, they're only 1 year apart.
Yeah, she's 32, he's 31.
I thought that Stefan was literally my age. Maybe that's why I don't think they look good together because they think me as Stefan.
Cardi B gives way older too. I thought she was older
Right.
than
She's just
32.
so much more mature. And I'm not even saying this as a dig to her. It's more as a dig to him. Like he seems like such a fucking child. and he hasn't been getting the best press as of late. Because I don't know if you know this, I'm like deep in the trenches with this, but Stefon just had a baby with, I think her name is Joy Chavez, Joey or Joy, and this woman has a baby with Future and Bow Wow.
Oh my
So
God.
she
Okay.
hit. That's why I'm
Okay.
like,
Damn, she hit the trifecta of baby daddies.
so she kind of like, I'm sorry, if I'm gonna have three baby daddies, best believe one of them's gonna be Future. Like, what the
Future,
fuck?
Bow Wow, and Stefon did. Oh my God, the child support checks go crazy.
No, she's in her bag.
Okay, no, now I'm not as happy
So
about
I'm,
this.
and he's like the third, you know? So it's
Yeah,
like
so it's
you
like you should have
see,
known better.
yeah, you know what this woman is after. Like, you know exactly. Like, I don't know Stefan for playing football. I literally just know him as like, he's like cute, does play football.
That's all I know him for.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like being on my fantasy football team.
yeah, like I'm like, so I thought he was like 26, 27, because that's the kind of decision 26, 27-year-old athletes make. So finding out that they're only a year apart is like kind of crazy because Cardi B just seems like a grown ass lady.
I know it is kind of crazy. They give off such different ages, but yeah, they're only 1 year apart. I do think they look cute together, and maybe it's just me like being petty because I want Offset to see it because I'm
Yeah.
sick of his ass.
No,
So
literally.
I'm just happy she's with somebody else who is, successful as she is. I mean, she's definitely more, but or in my
Yeah.
opinion, I think she's more. And he's not ugly, so good for her.
You know what? You're right. Like, I'm gonna count my blessings. He's not ugly. Like, he's a good-looking guy. He will be in a Skims campaign. Like, Kim probably saw
Yeah.
this come out the same day as her shit and was like, "Let me cook really quick." Like, how do I make this about me?
Always. Literally all roads lead back to Kim.
So yeah, Stefan, you better do my girl right. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. Which, yeah, back to Timothy and Kylie really quick. I don't know why, but it's so hard for me to imagine him being like a stepdad.
Yeah, no.
That's the part of it, which is like, this is nothing against her kids, but that's like the one part of the relationship that I don't know. I don't see how it would fit. And I don't know why I feel that way because I just feel like I can't see Timothy as a dad at
'Cause-
all. And I think
No.
that's why, like, nothing to do with the kids. It's more about Timothy.
Yeah, it's more him because again,
Yeah.
he seems like he's 19 when I look
Yes.
at him, and when I look at Kylie, she's 40. So, and then I realize they're both my age. I start getting confused.
It is a little confusing because of that. Because, yeah, Timothy just comes across so young. He does come across as a 19-year-old boy. So I'm like, how are you going to be a stepdad?
Someone that's half your age, like
No.
Scorpia's like on her way to college.
You think he plays with them?
He has to.
They're
He
so cute.
probably give like I feel like he probably gives like uncle vibes, you know?
Yeah.
Like
He probably does have fun with them.
yeah, of course, because he's the same age as them. That's what I'm saying. Like he has fun, but being a father figure, like, oh, like I'm gonna raise him to be a man. I don't see it, but I really don't see it for Travis either. So
That was also surprising to me as well. Like obviously it's great that she got the kids out of it because they're such little cuties and it just feels like
yeah.
Kylie was meant to be a mom, but the Travis Scott of it all, dark era.
No, very strange. Very
Very strange. They
strange.
were together. I remember it was like 2 months that they were spotted together and then boom, pregnant. So
Pregnant. Yeah. I don't like that.
me neither.
It's me on Stefan's Instagram because you know he has a brother
I think so.
that
Doesn't
I
he
be
play?
seeing on Raya. Trayvon Diggs.
Yes, that makes sense.
Maybe he's the one that's actually my age. Cause he plays football too, but he be giving fashionista too. Like some of these
The
football players, I'm
fashionista.
like, y'all don't want to play football for real. You just want to be a diva model. And like I
You
don't
guys want to be
blame you.
divas.
Yeah, Trayvon is 26. He'll be 27 this year. Plays for the Cowboys.
There
Wait.
you go. Go see him. Go see your man. Now you have him and Shiloh.
No, literally. Hello. I'm about to no wag of the year. WAG Awards. You heard it here first.
I was just on Instagram because I was going to look up Stefon Diggs as well, but the first person that popped up on my feed was Justin Bieber, which I just randomly followed him. And guys, I'm having a time. Like, he's actually a quality follow. I don't know why I randomly, I think it was for Mother's Day because I wanted to see what he did for Haley. And
Bye.
I don't know why, but I've just been having a good time following him. He just posts the craziest shit. And you know what? I think I understand him now. You just need to follow him to understand. But the thing that has been cracking me up is he's posting these phone cases that hold joints in them, and they kind of look like the Rhode lip blush
Yeah.
things that hold it. And he's like posting pictures of it. He's like working on the molding. Please approve this idea at Hailey Bieber.
Yeah, because she owns the copyright of
Yeah,
the
so that's what
false
I'm
phone
crying
case.
at. He says, first sample of a case option without the joint or blunt holder in case Haley doesn't approve it. I don't know why, but it's just cracking me up. Then he says, at Hailey Bieber, as we know, innovated something that has now become a staple in culture with her Rode peptide lip phone case. Turns out she has this tech patent. So if I want to make this case, I'll have to pay her a fee if she even approves me to make this. And she comments, I'll think about it. I don't know why, but they're kind of winning me over.
See how easily we can, like, the public can be swayed. Like,
So he posted an Instagram story that was like, at Hailey Bieber, come to the theater room. I want to show you something. And I was like, followed. I'm here for the love story now.
no, he's really funny.
He is funny.
Like I obviously get why she was obsessed with him, and like even though like my opinion on PR relationships are kind of changing because it's like it's PR in the sense that it's definitely strategic.
Yeah.
Being next to this person, married to this person, having a kid with this person will be beneficial to my career. It also helps that they're like kind of sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I
No,
mean,
they're a great looking couple.
yeah, what's the difference between that's what I do now? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not in the public eye. Like, this would be really good for me and you're cutie.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're kind of giving. It's funny. I feel like I just see so much of his like discourse on Twitter, and it was cracking me up because he posted this picture of Haley, this story of her like after the Met Gala, and was like, "And my bitch got pretty toes," and which is like,
What?
so he's just so fucking random, like crying. So
I
all
love
these
him.
people were like, what he used to call Selena the most elegant princess in the world, but he calls Haley my bitch. Like he's red flags, blah blah blah.
Oh my
And
God.
then this guy reposts the thing, and this black guy, of course, and he was like, "Y'all just don't understand him. Like this is actually the highest form of a compliment."
No, toes, and she got pretty toes. Period. Because it's just
Like
like,
I cry.
no, I'm telling you, Haley and Kylie both ended up with Black Kings. Like at the
And
end
it
of the
was a
day.
shame we didn't see them at the Met Gala.
I know. Oh my gosh, my black dandies.
I'm actually almost in tears over Justin Bieber and Timothy Chalamet, Black.
Because when Justin made that album, when he was light-skinned Justin Bieber, literally giving Chris Brown a run for his money. Like,
100%. I miss that, Justin.
uh, he hasn't made music in a while, right?
I don't think so. Come
I'm on his,
back, Justin.
I know, I'm on his Instagram now. He is a good follow.
He just cracks me. He posts often, multiple times a day.
Yeah, like he's no, he's funny as fuck. Well, on to our next.
I know.
Congratulations to all the couples. Congratulations to Haley and Justin. Congratulations to Kylie and Timmy and
Cardi
Stefon
and
and Cardi
Stefon.
B.
Yes. We
Yeah.
love hot couples.
Yes, we love that. Which, speaking of not couples,
Ugh.
well, I don't even. Do you want to? Can you guide me through this one? Because I've been seeing TikTok discourse on it, but I try not to pay attention to anything that this man does.
Yes. So I'm just going to read you guys the TMZ article. So, Halle Bailey, our Little Mermaid, beautiful, stunning, talented queen, unfortunately happened to date loser streamer, DDG rapper, I guess, question mark, and had a kid
Right.
with him. They have been broken up since October, but since they have a kid together, obviously they're going to be in each other's life. So here is the unfortunate latest on the two of them. Says Halle Bailey says she's had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her, and she's filed a police report, and now she wants court-ordered protection from the father of her child, TMZ
Wow.
has learned, and she has got a restraining order. So, in the documents filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. And Halle says that DDG came over to pick up their son Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, bitch." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated
Mhm.
state. So that's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So I guess she stayed in the car and then until she got to his family's house and told the family what happened. And once they told her that they would take care of him, she left hysterical with bruises on her arms and a chipped tooth. And she
God.
has pictures of it. And the judge granted her the restraining order. So clearly they, she had the evidence. They believed her. Cause I don't even want to hear people like, oh, I don't know if it's true or not. No, there's literally pictures. The
Yeah.
judge believed it, gave her the restraining order. So yeah. And but then he also did some other crazy shit.
Right.
He creeped her out in March because he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a pic of Hallie's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL," interpreting that she had been having sex with other people, which, like, none of your fucking business. You guys are
Yeah.
broken up. And then 4 days later, he really exploded and came back to the house. Halle told him that she and the baby were sick and she didn't want Halo to leave. And she claims that's when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and then ran away with Halle's phone. And then while he was driving, threw the phone out the window and yelled, "Go get it, bitch." Absolute insanity. And then the last thing that had been on kind of like Twitter discourse is DDG was trying to say there was pictures of Halle in St. Lucia and she was with Halo and they're trying to say that she was with Brent Fayez, and
You
just
know
because
what?
he also happened to be in St. Lucia at the time, but she wasn't. She was with her sister and the baby. But
Hmm.
anyways, DDG was like texting freaking like Pop Crave pictures to Halle, being like, "Oh, I see you're in, St. Lucia with Brent Fayez," and like just annoying the shit out of her. And she replied with, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon." Which, like, she's such an angel.
Yeah.
Um, and then it says the judge granted Halle a domestic violence restraining order requiring
Wow.
DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. And DDG also has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child.
Whoa.
So, yeah, this judge was not fucking around, thank God, because this sounds
Yeah.
serious. Physically abusing
Yeah.
her, breaking into her home. Like, no, that's
And I
insane.
believe all of it.
Yeah, he's such a
Because
fucking loser.
yeah, because wasn't he on TikTok saying, "Oh, Hallie won't let me see my kid," and
Hmm.
and I'm so glad. Like like, of course, there's gonna be those beta fucking males that are like, "Oh, this is what women always do to men," but like
Hmm.
most of what I've seen online is people being like, 9 times out of 10, if a man comes to the internet to
Yes.
complain about his baby mom, he's the problem because she went
Yeah,
to the courts. Okay.
exactly. She didn't fuck around. She went
Yeah.
straight to the
She
court,
didn't want
meant
people in her.
business.
Yeah. She didn't want people talking about her kid, like actually doing what's best for her and her child, where you just clearly don't
You just
care.
want
Like,
clout. You just want
yeah.
attention. You want sympathy for what?
Yeah.
It's literally like the abuser playbook. Like, let me
Yeah.
cry online and be like, "Oh, she won't let me see my son." Yeah, for a reason. Because
Yeah.
you're abusing his mother.
Yeah. And you're erratic and unstable. And who knows? Like, you might hurt the kid just to hurt me because I'm successful and I have a career.
Hmm.
Literally. I mean, Kiki Palmer, like, it's the same thing. Like,
It's
some
so sad.
loser gets these girls pregnant, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm sure they're happy they got the baby out of it, but like now I have to
Hmm.
deal with this freak forever.
Yeah, because she did get pregnant very soon after the Little Mermaid red carpet press and all, when she was at the height of her fame, like the peak of
Mm-hmm.
her fame, which is just, yeah, obviously it's great that she has Halo now. I'm sure that's such a blessing for her. But at the same time, I feel like we see that so often with really successful women. Then it's like right at the peak of their career
Yep.
is when they get pregnant accidentally, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
I'm glad though that she took this to the court, got this figured out because yeah, this is how stuff turns scary.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that she was not messing around. And I think like obviously like the biggest win is the restraining order, but I think it's such a huge win that she got in there that he can't post about her or stream
Yeah.
about her or the baby because he was kind of pissing me off. Not like I ever really follow him, but sometimes I would be on social media and see,
The
like
clip.
somebody posting his stream and Halo's in the
Yeah.
stream. And it's like, why is an 18-month-old baby on your Twitch stream? We don't, especially with the way the world is.
Yeah.
Like, no, protect your kid. Like, what do you
Yeah.
want him on there for besides attention? To be like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
good dad.
Yeah. It's very, yeah, it's clear. It's like you said, it's the DV playbook. Like they all do the same thing. They all try to blame her and you're crazy and like, oh, you're not gonna tell people how you yelled at me that one time. Yeah, duh.
Yeah. Which, speaking of the DV playbook, we don't have to get into it too much, but I did see that Amber Heard had twins.
Oh, really? With who?
I think she's with a woman. So
Oh,
I don't know how, I don't, yeah, congrats to her. I don't know exactly any of the details, but I just saw Pop Crave tweet Amber Heard welcomes twins, Agnes and Ocean. I was like, oh, okay. Like the last I heard, she was living in Spain with her girlfriend. So,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
You
I'm
know,
assuming that's what that is.
that's a big pop culture moment that skipped me. I really don't know anything about the case. I've heard bad things about her. I've heard bad things about him. I just try to,
Yeah. I did try not to get into it as this, like, no, I did get into it, but I didn't get into like the court stuff. What I got into was like the blind items about them and the pop culture stuff and like that kind of stuff just to see. But yeah, it was just a little bit too dark for me. And I didn't ever want
yeah.
to be like, oh, this person is guilty of this or this, and just talking out of my ass when I don't know anything. So, yeah, like I said, I really don't know much about too much about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing. But from what I do remember, the stuff that Johnny Depp said and did to her was despicable.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, of course.
but that's my opinion. So please, like, don't come for me.
Like, guys, we really don't know, and I'm trying to stay out of it. I'm just counting myself out. Same thing with Blake and Justin Baldoni right now. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm staying
count
out
me
of it.
out.
Yeah, I don't think I like either one of y'all. Bye.
Which I guess, like, can we talk about really quickly? I saw that they're trying to subpoena Taylor Swift in the
I
whole
did see that.
trial. And I don't know if it was her publicist or somebody on her team basically came out and said she had nothing to do with this. All she did was
Yeah.
license a song. There was 19 other artists that licensed their song on this movie. You're just trying to take her name to make this bigger than it is, which
Mm-hmm.
I do see that part of it. But then there is also the other part of it where she apparently, was with Blake and Justin Baldoni at the time, and she was telling him like, "Oh, I think this would be really good for the movie." So I'm sure when there's a pop star, the biggest pop star in the world, telling you like, "Oh, I think this would be good for your movie," and your co-star right there being like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, it would be good," you're probably gonna do it. So I feel like that's
Yeah.
the reason why she got called out of the other artist. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes because I do think it's a there. I see both sides. Like I think they're trying to get clout because it's Taylor,
Yeah.
but I also see
Yeah.
why she was a tiny bit more involved than other people.
I can't wait for this case to be over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for it to be over. We've been talking about it for a year since before the movie came out, and now the movie, like, 'cause isn't it a whole series? Like, there should be a sequel and stuff.
I think there is two books, yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna do the second book at this point because yeah, that's a whole mess. I would not want to touch that movie with a 10-foot pole.
Not at all.
Well, anyways, let's wrap back up with positivity. We hope you girlies are gonna have an amazing weekend. And if you liked this episode, make sure to leave us a rating and review. It helps us get found by other people who wanna yap and gossip with us. We would really appreciate it. And follow us on all the things.
We love you so much. We know you giggled, so make sure you share this with your best yapper, and we'll see you next week.
Love you, girlies. Bye.
Bye.